Hi there, my friends. Hope everybody's doing good. Are you ready to hear the Word of God? Today I thought we would talk about sexual immorality and adultery. So we don't want any of that because God's a holy God. Matthew 5:27-29. You have heard that it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who even looks at a woman lustfully, he has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, you just gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. Matthew 5:31-32. It has been said, anyone who divorces his wife must give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you that if anyone divorces his wife, except for marital unfaithfulness, causes her to become an adulteress, and anyone who marries the divorced woman commits adultery. Boy, that's serious. So, Matthew 15:19-20, for out of the heart comes evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, and slander. Now, these are what make a man unclean. But eating with unwashed hands, that doesn't make a man unclean. Matthew 19:9. I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife except for marital unfaithfulness and marries another woman commits adultery. Mark 10:11-12. He answered, anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another man, then she commits adultery. And you'll also find that in Luke 16:18. Now I'm going to read about stumbling blocks. Matthew 18:6-7. But if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a large millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned into the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of the things it causes people to sin. Such things must come, but woe to the man through whom they come. Matthew 23:2-4. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, so you must obey them and do everything they tell you, but do not do what they do, for they do not practice what they preach. They tie up heavy loads and they put them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are not willing to lift a finger to move them. Matthew 23:13-15. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut up the kingdom of heaven in men's faces, but you yourselves you do not enter, nor will you let those enter who are trying to. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when he becomes one, well, then you make him twice as much a son of hell as you are. Matthew 23:23-35. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give a tenth of your spices and mint and dill and cumin, but you have neglected the more important matters of the law: justice, mercy, and faithfulness. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former. You blind guides, you strain a gnat, but you swallow a camel. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of the cup and the dish, but inside they're so full of greed and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisees, you first clean the inside of the cup and dish, and then the outside will be clean also. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside they're so full of dead men's bones and everything unclean. In the same way, on the outside, you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside, you're so full of hypocrisy and wickedness. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You build tombs for the prophets, and you decorate the graves of the righteous, and you say, well, if we had lived in the days of our forefathers, we would not have taken part with them in the shedding of the blood of the prophets. So you testify yourselves that you are the descendants of those who murdered the prophets. Fill up then the measure of sin of your forefathers. You snakes, you brood of vipers, how will you escape being condemned to hell? Therefore, I'm sending you prophets and wise men and teachers, and some of them you will kill and crucify, and then others you will flog in your synagogues and pursue from town to town. And so upon you will come all the righteous blood that has been shed on earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah, son of Berechiah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar. Mark 9:41 and 42. I tell you the truth. Anyone who gives a cup of cold water in my name, because you belong to Christ, will certainly not lose his reward. And if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, well, it would be better for him to be thrown into the sea with a large millstone tied around his neck. Luke 11:52. Woe to you, experts in the law, because you have taken away the key to knowledge, and you yourselves have not entered, and you have hindered those who were entering. So, Jesus sure didn't mince any words, did he? I just love Jesus. You know, he's awesome. And he's so crazy about you. Well, he loves you with a love. You can't even comprehend the love Jesus has for you. So let's serve him. Let's learn what the word says. And just have a great day. Bye-bye.